I will be 80 years old in October, and I'm really concerned with my health at this time, and I want a place that I can easily get to and my wife can visit on short notice, okay? So I chose Manteca for that purpose. And then I find out that if I really do have an emergency, that I will be transported, in many cases, to another facility for full service. Last year, from the figures we've received, 1,600 patients were transported. Think of the impact on our emergency services here when those ambulances are on their way to Modesto and back, and they're not here for our service.
If you come in bleeding from your stomach, we can't follow through with the whole service. We will stabilize you, then send you to Modesto, because the GI doctor and the cardiologist were both moved to Modesto. Our radiology department, after 5 o'clock in the evening,
Continue.
after 5 o'clock in the evening, we no longer have ultrasounds. So if you come in with abdominal pain and it's your gallbladder or your appendix, we have to send you to another hospital to have an ultrasound done to see if you need surgery. We also had in the cardiology section echocardiograms, which is really important to monitor the wall movement of your heart to see if your heart have heart problems when you come in with chest pains. We only have them from Monday through Friday from 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock in the morning, 2 hours, as if the heart can decide when it's going to act up. That is not acceptable.
The heart especially, if you delay care, you're losing heart muscle. You are decreasing your heart function, and a lot of times that function cannot be returned. So when you're in the emergency room and they stabilize you, but they don't have everything that they need to diagnose and treat, and you have to go to Modesto, that is a delay in care. When you show up with a GI bleed, as Ruth mentioned, and you can't have the colonoscopy, they're going to start giving you blood here in Manteca. Then they're going to transfer you to Modesto, and the whole process has to start over because the blood clot they draw to type and cross you doesn't get to go with you. So that's another delay in care, which means you don't get your colonoscopy because the doctor wants X amount of packed red blood cells to be infused prior to the procedure. And we've delayed that because we've now transferred you to Modesto.
I had 105-degree temperature. I was really cooking. And then I find out I'm being transferred to Modesto Memorial. Now, why is that? We have a perfectly good hospital there. They take me by ambulance, which takes quite a long time, 22 miles, down to Modesto Memorial. And I'm sitting in there, and they get me up in a room. About 2 months ago, I got a bill for $6,900 for an ambulance ride.
I am a Kaiser member. I have gone to the emergency room here in Manteca and have been transferred to Modesto, not once, but twice. When you go to an emergency room, you expect them to have the right equipment at all times, not just 2 hours during a day.
Our Manteca and Modesto facility that operate under one license, under one hospital license, a single license, we now offer entire range of high quality care, including specialty care as well.
No matter how busy we get, how many patients we hold in the ER, they will not open that third floor again. I've asked several times what the criteria is to open it, and they said maybe a disaster.
If they do ever close this place, they will have my mother's blood on their hands because my mother, if she has to go to one of these so-called specialty subacute places where the care is so inferior, depending on what she's getting right now, my mother will die much sooner than she ordinarily would. And when that happens, I would invite these people, 3 of them which just were up at this podium before me, to come to her funeral and say, we're sorry Mrs. Lemish passed, but at least Kaiser saved some money in the process.
I'd like to make a motion that we support this, that the Kaiser Hospital has full service.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 3-0.